Hi everyone, Eileen here from the DT. I hope that you're enjoying our Halaganza event. It's absolutely fabulous, isn't it? All the giveaways, the demonstrations, etc. Now I'm using a couple of our brand new stamps for October. I'm using the Silhouette Lupin and the Silhouette Logan. Absolutely gorgeous stamps. So let me show you how. I have a piece of copy paper on top of my stamp mat, and I'm using a piece of Lavinia Stamps cream cardstock. It's multifarious cardstock, and the size of it is 12.5 by 12.5 centimetres. Along with, I've got a beautiful stencil here. This is called Charming, of course, from Lavinia Stamps. Popping that down, and the colours that I'm using, speckled egg and scattered straw, but starting off with the speckled egg and one of the blue brushes from Lavinia Stamps, or one of the brushes that is now blue because I've used it. Excuse me. Oh, need a drink, I think. Oh, that's better. It's only water. Speckled egg, and just popping that down. I don't want it all over the card. Going to leave cream space around the outside, so let's see how I go. So up over on the left hand side, leaving a gap of course around the edge, and then over towards the right as I come down. See how this looks. That's not bad, but it isn't very dark, so I'm going to go in with a little bit more. I do want it to be seen in the background, even though it isn't. Oh, that's nice, because the stamps that I'm using are silhouettes, so they're very dark, of course, so they will take darker background. I think that looks quite good, so leaving it there. And next I'm going to stamp the beautiful hare, or pair of hares, and I'm using my stamp press for this. So they can get those positions into my MISTI. And starting off with the gorgeous Lupin silhouette, really handsome chap, into this corner at the bottom on the left hand side, like so. I don't think you're going to see me ink him up, but you might do. I'm going to leave the MISTI where it is, but I'm using VersaFine Clear Nocturne, and I did re-ink this pad last night. So it's nice and inky. Gentle tapping. And then let's have a look, see how this comes out. He looks covered. And then I've got my Baron here. I'm using beautiful. Couple of little dots I've missed there, but no matter. I have a black pencil, and I'll just going to use that to fill them in like so. He's a beautiful, beautiful stamp. Okay, happy with that. Come on. That's it. Right, now it's Logan's turn. I'm just wiping the stamp off with a damp cloth. I'm not using any stamp cleaners on my stamps. So then I'm going to position Logan sort of across from Lupin at the top, but down at an angle. It's around about there, I think. Yep. I'm inking up, just gentle tapping. Yep, he looks great. I hope that will be fine. So back with the Baron again. It's a speedball Baron, helps my fingers. I bought it from an art shop in London, mail order. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Right, fine detail. I do like all the detail on the outside of these hairs. So I shall clean that one off in a moment. In fact, I'll take it from my Misty now because I'm going to use it for words as well, my Misty. Taking no chances with this card, folks. Right. Just checking fingers. Didn't check them good enough, did I? Right, okay. Now I'm just going to check to see if this ink is dry, because I'm now going to put some more ink over the top. And if it isn't dry, it will smudge, because they're very solid images and that is very wet ink. Well, it seems good. Right. So now I have a Lavinia Stamps. Where is it now? There it is. I have a Lavinia Stamps Moon. It's a large mask, moon mask. You find these on the website. I'm going to pop that down there, like so. And using scattered straw, and another Lavinia Stamp stencil brush, just going to pop this over and out from the absolutely gorgeous Logan. And I'm going right up to the edge here. There he is. And then I'm coming back with the moon mask again, and this time I'm highlighting Lupin, but again coming right out over the top of Logan as well. So it gives extra colour to the card, like so. I've got some of the yellow went around and landed on Lupin. So I'll just put some more black in there just to bring him back out again. And more stamping to do, only this time I won't be using my stamp press. I'm using Star Cluster and sticking to the blue theme, VersaFine Twilight. I love this Star Cluster. It's good to highlight any of your images, whether they be fairies or the animals, the gorgeous animals, throughout the Lavinia Stamps catalogue. So just going to pop that down. There's a gap here, so that gap is going to go down, and then the stars are going to be between the images of Logan and Lupin. Right, let's see how that looks. Gorgeous. Now that ink pad isn't very wet, and I deliberately went with a sort of a dryish ink pad, so the stars would be more in the background rather than sort of, what's the word, well, be too much to the forefront of your images, so they're sinking into the background a little. But you can get a more solid image with a wetter pad if you wish. Or if your ink pad is very wet, then you can go second generation with the ink. Next, it is, yes, words. This is one of the new stamps, and it is called Winter Spice. The words on here are just lovely. Sandalwood, leaves falling, nature, chestnuts, grateful, thankful. I mean, there's so many different words, but they're all in different fonts. And this makes the stamp really attractive. It's going to be a firm favourite with me, I think. So again, I'm using the VersaFine Clair Twilight. Again, same pad, so it isn't very wet. And I shall be using this first generation, but if your ink pad is very wet, then go second, is my advice. Going to pop this up the top. I want to be able to read it. Pressing quite firmly because I know the ink pad is a bit dry. And it's beautiful. And then again, inking up again, but not so much ink this time. And then I'm just coming down and then over a little bit towards the right-hand side. Press that down like that. So I've got the words there. You can read them, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Very attractive, the font. Right, what's next? Words to go on next, and then the bells. In fact, I put the bells on first, I think. So I'm using VersaFine Clair Glamorous. And these bells are, guess what they're called? Aha, you're quick, they're bells. And you get 3 in a set. You get a small bell and then a larger bell, and then you get a set with 2 bells on. And I'm going to be using the set with the 2 bells on and then a single bell. Starting off with 2 bells. And VersaFine Clair Glamorous. I don't know, I've got 2 ink pads here. I want the wetter one. I'm not sure which one it is, so, oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah, that's better. Better coverage. Absolutely gorgeous stamp. So coming down from the top, I've put, in this card, I've put Lupin quite high up, whereas in the other card, he's lower down, look. And I think he looks better there, to be honest. But, so I'm going to alter where the bells go. So the bells are going to come in at the side. Why not? The balance I don't think would look right up there. So we've got one of that. And then I'm going to put the smaller one in. Single bell. Ding dong, as they say. Where shall I put this? There. That's not bad. Okay. I think you get the picture. In fact, what I'm really saying is you can put your bells anywhere you like. Right. Yeah, I got the pickle in me a bit today. It's a lovely day today. Birthday Wishes is next. Another stamp. I'll use my Lavinia one. I do like these. They stamp really well. and birthday wishes from the Heartfelt Verses set. You get 4 in this. You get With Love, Just for You, and then you get With Love and Sympathy. So you've got sort of sentiments for every occasion, virtually. Birthday Wishes is the one that I'm using now. And I'm stamping up or inking up with Black Nocturne. Making sure this is straight on the block. Doesn't look too bad. And then I'm coming over here. Gorgeous. Right, now apart from going around the edges, I think with my Twilight and my Lavinia brush, I think we're done. But I want to bring those edges in. Fingers are clean, thankfully. So just bring the edges in. I don't want it to be too dark, but I do need to finish it off. I don't use scattered straw very often. I should do. I think it's a lovely colour, Distress Ink. I'm going to use it more, I think, in the future. Just checking fingers again. So we're getting there. And I've got ink there. Oh, dear. One of my friends, Martine Smith, she calls me the messy one. She's not wrong. She's a great friend of mine. I've known her for a long time. We see each other quite often, actually. I try and hide, but she always finds me. There we go. Right. Couple more things to do. First one is to black Sharpie the frame, to frame my card around the edges. Oh yes. The second thing to do is to get rid of that bit of a blob there in my, it's a fingerprint, I can see it. And the final thing to do is to have a play with some enamel accents in white. So I have them here. Don't shake these things. They don't like bubbles. It's a bit like glossy accents. They don't like the bubbles in them. Right, so the stars that I've done, I'm just going to very lightly do some very small blobs, spots, dots, dots. That sounds better than blobs, doesn't it? Some small white dots to enhance my stars. Ooh, get her. Like that. That's good. And then what I also, no, shall I? No, darling, don't overdo it. No, okay. Right, I'm leaving it there, folks. So where is my board? And then I'll just give you the measurements for the other layers that I did on my card. There's my original card, and as I've said, I had Logan was lower. I think that's Logan. Yeah, Logan's silhouette was lower on this one than he is on this one, and I think I prefer that one, to be honest. So you need to bring him down just a smidge, although this is not unattractive. And start again. The blue twilight was a little bit darker in this area as well, and I think I prefer that to this. So an inkier ink pad might have been a better idea, but you've got the overall basic design of the card. I hope that you have fun and you enjoy it. So the topper on this was 12.5 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres. Then I took a layer of cream cardstock in multifarious, edged it in black Sharpie again, and I used that as my layer. Not going to glue it down because my accents are still wet. And then put it all onto a, what was the size of that? 18 by 18 card blank. So 18 by 18 is the card blank. And then I did one layer in 14 by 14, and then my topper was 12.5 by 12.5, like so. And it went in there, and that's it. And I loved it, and I've had fun. I hope you have too. I will see you again very soon indeed. Take care, you all. Bye for now.